Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you guys how I make shrimp and chicken hibachi fried rice. So stay tuned and I'll show you guys how to make this delicious recipe. So here's everything we will be needing for this recipe. I'm using a pound of shrimp, one small onion diced up, and a bag of frozen carrot and peas thawed out. Next we have our chicken that has been marinating overnight. I'm going to show you guys that recipe later. I also have a garlic and butter paste. If you would like the recipe for that, I will be linking that in the description box below as well. And right here I have 4 cups of day-old cooked rice. Then I have soy sauce, oyster sauce, and turmeric powder. Alright guys, let's get into the video. So the first thing we're going to do is season up our chicken. I'm going to be using just a little piece of a ginger root. And as you can see, I did peel off the skin. And now I'm going in with 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce and 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. Now I'm just going in 1/4 of a teaspoon of chili and garlic seasoning. However, you can season this to taste. Next, I'm just going to add 2 teaspoons of black pepper. Then add 1 cup of diced tomatoes with chilies. You can find this in the store as well if you guys don't feel like cutting it up yourself. Then we're going to set that aside and marinate that overnight. Now it's time to get started on our shrimp. So all I did is I took our garlic butter paste and I just tossed our shrimp in it. And we're just going to set that aside as well. Next, we're just going to break 2 eggs and whisk them. All right, guys, now it's time to make our pineapple bowl. So the first thing you want to do is just cut this in half down the center. I swear it's harder than it looks. Then we're just going to pull this apart. You're going to have to use a little bit of muscle strength. Next, we just carve out the inside so it looks like a little bowl. Be careful when you guys are cutting this. Make sure you do not cut it in half by accident or cut off a piece of it by accident. Now I'm just going in and cutting squares. Guys, this is optional. You don't have to do this, but it just makes it easier when you take it out. Then you take your spoon and you pop the pieces out. After you finish doing that, you want to make sure you scrape it real good and just, you see how the inside of that looks? You want to make sure there's no leftover pineapple on the inside. All right, so now we can get started on our fried rice. What I'm doing right now is I just put some oil in the pan and I'm just making sure it gets evenly coated on the bottom. And now I'm just adding in my onions. I'm going to saute those until they are translucent. And guys, you want to really make sure you do not burn these onions. So once my onions are nice and translucent, I'm just going to take them out of the wok. And make sure you remove all of the onions. We do not want any loose, straggly onions burning in the bottom of the pan. And next we can add in our eggs. We are just going to scramble these. And since these eggs are so hot, you want to only cook these for like 50 seconds. Once the egg is done, you just want to remove it from the pan. If you have any leftover brown things on the bottom like I do, I would suggest washing your pan first before you get started. Okay, so now that we're done with that, we can add in our vegetables. And I'm just going to add a generous amount of chili and garlic seasoning. And these will probably take you about 3 to 4 minutes to cook. Once you're done with those, you just want to set those aside. And once we're done with that, I'm just going to add a little more oil in my wok, and then I'm going to add in my shrimp. And I'm going to cook those shrimp for about 3 minutes as well. Once we're done with our shrimp, we're just going to set that aside as well. And next, we're going to add in our chicken. Right now, I'm just breaking them up. And we're just going to let that chicken cook evenly throughout. When we're all done, we're going to set that aside too. And once we're done with that, we could finally get started on our rice. So right now, I am just breaking up the rice. Guys, you want to make sure you break up this rice really good, and you don't want to have any chunks in it, unless it will not come out right. So now we're going to go in with 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, then 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce, and then 1 tablespoon of hot sauce. Then we're going to go in with 2 teaspoons of turmeric, guys. This is so it has that nice brown color. Now we're going to add in everything that we cooked previously. Then you want to give everything a good stir. So the last thing we're going to add is our scallions. After we add that, we're just going to give everything a good stir again. And just to let you guys know, my stove is off while I put in the scallions because the scallions don't need to be cooked. So this is what my fried rice is looking like right now. Normally we will be done, but you know I got to put a little bit of razzle dazzle on it. So we're just going to take our fried rice and we're going to put it inside of the pineapple bowl. And you want to really pack that in there. Don't be skimpy with your rice. Once we're done with that, I'm just going to add a couple of shrimp on top just for garnish. And this is what our pineapple bowl is looking like. Then once I was looking at this, I was like, you know what? I think it needs a little bit something more. And this is the final product, guys. Let me know how you like this recipe. I tried this, and guys, when I tell you that flavor is undeniable, it really is, especially with the pineapple bowl. It really brought out that flavor. Everything just had a nice kick to it. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell if you want to get notified every time I post. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.